Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dr. Lilli and I do mindset and relationship coaching. So today we're talking about how to stop thinking about your ex, and we're doing this from a neuroscience perspective. So before we get into it, let's talk about the basics. Like, you just broke up, you need to get them off of your mind. Stop allowing yourself to have any reminders of them. I'm not saying you have to delete all your pictures, but at least put them away where you're not going to be accessing them, and you better not be opening them back up, okay? So take your pictures down from social media, move them into some other file, or take them off your phone or your computer, put them on a flash drive, something like that. And stop looking at your story views on social media. If you can, just block them on social media. That would be the best thing, but I know not everyone's gonna do that. Don't be looking at your story views or your likes or whatever it is that you keep obsessively kind of checking to see if they're watching. You need to stop doing that, because those are feeding into this addictive cycle, and it's actually training your brain that you want more of that, and that's what you want to continue doing. And so we need to just stop that entirely. It doesn't really matter who's looking at your story. That doesn't really mean anything. So let's just cut that out and say goodbye to that. And same thing goes for likes. It doesn't really matter, so we can stop all that as well. Now, if you really want to stop thinking about your ex, you have to train your brain to not think about your ex. And when a thought of them comes up and you interact with it and you start thinking about it more, thinking about old scenarios, thinking about all of that, you're actually training your brain and telling your brain that you like to think about those things. So it's gonna give you more reminders. It's gonna tell you more. Oh, hey, remember that time? Oh, hey, remember this? Oh, think about that. But what you need to do is actually recognize and notice when that is happening and not interact with it. So you can use a technique, you can use what's known as mindfulness to help you do this. And so what you do is, when the thought comes up about them, you bring yourself back to the present moment, to whatever it is you're doing. And you notice, oh, okay, where are my feet right now? What am I doing? What am I seeing? What am I smelling? What am I tasting? You can use any and all of the 5 senses to help you bring yourself back to the present moment. And what you do is, instead of trying to necessarily push away the thoughts, you just focus on something else in order to let the thoughts go. It will be very hard at first, but when you continue to do this, your brain will slowly stop giving you so many signals, stop telling you to think about the situation or think about the person. And this is because your brain works in terms of safety and familiarity. So let's talk about familiarity first. There's a saying that when neurons fire together, they wire together. So when you do something, let's say it's always brushing your teeth after you eat breakfast. Well, that has become a habit and it's ingrained in your mind. And so your brain knows, okay, every time I finish eating and put my dishes away, I'm gonna go brush my teeth. And you've done that so many times that it creates this pattern, this connection between the neurons in your brain that say, this is what we do next. And all of that is very subconscious. And so what we need to do is we need to break the pattern of your brain telling you, oh, think about this person, think about this person, think about this person, because you were in a relationship for a while. Of course, they were kind of always on your mind, probably not obsessively and not as much as they are now, but your brain is trying to feed you this same thing of oh, remember them? We normally do this, we normally do that. And so we have to break that pathway by not interacting and not perpetuating those thoughts and bringing us back onto something else. And that is usually the best thing is mindfulness. It's the present moment. It's saying, okay, we're not going to think about that right now. We're focused on this task instead. And so the other part of this is the brain works in terms of safety. So when that person or that connection is gone, our brain is like, what? This is what we were doing. This is familiar. This is what we know. This is what is safe. And when that's gone, everything is new again. And our brain is thinking, why this is unsafe, this is uncomfortable, I don't want to be like this. And so it's trying to get you to reconnect with the person. It's trying to say, hey, no, we're unsafe right now. We need to go and make sure that we can be back with that person. We need to figure out what we did wrong so they will accept us again. We need to do X, Y, Z, all of these things, because your brain is trying to get you to be able to be with that person again. And it doesn't quite understand that that's just not how things work. And the other part is, we as adults know that we're safe. We don't need to rely on anyone else outside of ourselves to keep us safe. And so we need to remind our brain that no, it's okay. It's not fun. It doesn't mean that you have to accept this and be happy about it, but at least you can tell your brain, it's okay, we're safe. We're gonna go back to focusing on the present moment. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm okay. And we're just gonna breathe. And you can take some deep breaths. You can do other things that are gonna help to calm the nervous system and show your brain that you are safe. Because that's the brain's job, and it does an amazing job at trying to keep us safe. Sometimes it does too much, and that's when we get anxiety and the overthinking. And so we need to override our brain, because our brain is working on a very subconscious level. It's just working out of habits. It's just doing what it thinks it's supposed to be doing. But we are separate from our brain. We can actually help to control our brain, not necessarily take control of our thoughts, but redirect our thoughts and our focus onto something else. That's all for today. I hope that was helpful. Again, my name is Dr. Lilli. If you're interested in doing one-on-one coaching with me, send me a message on Instagram. My handle is @confidence.reclaimed. I'm on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all of the places basically. So you can find me there. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week. And please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or topic suggestions or anything else. I'd love to hear from you. All right, see you next time.